Yo, what's up guys? Today we're continuing building this city, keeping in mind with what we're trying to achieve with this build, the goal being that what we build won't be destroyed and rebuilt. We've all been there, we start a new city, we expand with our city and its needs, and with what's currently unlocked and available to you at the time, then we hit a large population with everything unlocked and we have to destroy that first part of the city, rebuild it because it's either not fit for purpose or it looks ugly. So to continue where we left off from episode 1, I've got a little hamlet. Okay, so what can we do? We can do a landfill site, elementary school, medical clinic, recycling centres. Quickly pause, go to the taxes. Going to bump these up to 11. Perfect. We are going to head on over here. Let's just quickly check the energy, what that looks like. So first of all, we can get rid of that. Availability is perfect for the moment, so let's just get rid of these power lines because they're ugly. I know there's the mod for getting rid of that, but I don't know, it's part of the game. I don't want to make the game too easy. Oh, speaking about making the game too easy, let's go turn despawning off. Despawning is currently enabled. Disable despawning. Okay, so now we've got hard mode enabled for the traffic, which is the way I like to play it. We want to set up, in fact, let's hit play on that. I don't want to stop the simulation. We want to add in a medical center, something like here. We want to make sure we've got primary school. Where do we want to hit that up? Let's put that here. Do we want a community school right now? I don't think we want that straight away, but we can definitely add that. Do we have public libraries yet? No, not yet. That's at 1,400. Okay. The other thing is we need waste disposal. So, do we want to make it a nice clean green city with recycling centres? Do we want to go landfill? Recycling centres being considerably less efficient, but much more green. I think we're going to go with landfill to start with because it's cheaper and we want to just get up and running. So I'm going to go pop it up here with all the other industry stuff, like right here. And then I think later on the plan is to remove those and put in maybe recycling centres, especially when we get to the larger one. So we've just got a small amount of need for housing. We haven't used up all of the need just yet. Let's put this back on fast and we'll fill in this bit here. Okay, everybody's out of water. What happened there? Some power lines to over here. We'll just use the cheap ones for now. Which is this going to cost? Okay, we've got the money for this. That's fine. Let's do this and then hit play. And there we go. That's sorted them out. Not sure what's going on there. There is clearly a large pumping station over here that's already being controlled with being powered by that windmill, and it's definitely hooked in. So not sure what's going on there. Doesn't matter. We're desperate for some more housing. Let's do this over here as well. We are going to want to build some more roads. Let's slow down the simulation. I'm going to pop in some more roads while we're waiting for those to fill in. That junction would be too close to this one, so let's attack it from this side. So you can almost, you probably can see it by now, but what I'm doing is with this road down here and this road down here, I'm alternating it. So one down, one up, skip, and then I'll have one down from here, something like that. And then what I can do then is if I want to expand upwards, I can just, where this one would have been, I can go up, like so. These are a bit close. Generally I like to space them out a bit more, but I'm trying to be quite compact with my design right now. When we can, we will upgrade these to the nice roads. Specifically, I like the ones with trees. I've got a few different options for that from the workshop. Okay, we've got some industry going in. Let's just leave it for a while, speed it up a little bit and see what needs we have coming in. Oh, here we go. Now we're making money. Check that out. So even though we're right at the very beginning, we've put in more infrastructure than we needed to, but look at that, we're already making money. Getting a bit of need for industry now. So I'm just going to pop the industry up here for the moment. Absolutely upgrading these to the industry roads when I can. doing the alternative pattern that I spoke about earlier. Oh, we're already at Worthy Village. Excellent. We can get an extra square. That's cool. I'll probably buy that straight away. Police, emergency services, specializations. Now that is not, it's not saying that we can use that industry. It's saying that we can mark the zones with that specialization, so the difference there being, it's not saying we can use these under the industry tab. It's saying that within here, if we put down an industry section, we can specialize in farming or forestry. Not too useful to me right now. Right now, let's go ahead and put in a fire department. I want it fairly close to the industry, fairly close to everything. In fact, if we put this back on, we can have a look. Do we want it on the main road? I think we want it on a main road. I think it's more efficient. There we go. We'll do the same to the police. Might as well put them next to each other. No more schools for the moment. Don't really want any unique buildings right now. Tiny little Worthy Village, big skyscraper. So while we're doing this, just making sure that we're paying attention to the needs. I like to intersperse the low density commercial around the place, mostly so that the number of customers that could be potentially go to that commercial area, it's very much dependent on how many residents there are in that area. So if I had a huge block of residential here and then a huge block of commercial here, some of these commercial people are going to be complaining because at the back here they don't have enough customers because they're being serviced by the immediate area. So you like to intersperse these. What you do have to watch out for though is when you get to the high density commercial makes an awful lot of noise and the residents get sick, start complaining and then die. I don't know how you can die of noise pollution. I mean, I suppose it's possible, but unlikely I think, but it's all part of the game. So yeah, just remember when you swap to high density commercial, you don't really want it right next to residential. You can put in a little barrier, a little block of offices is the best one because it's almost like a noise barrier to what's going on. What I mean by that is, let's just say I wanted to, down here, I want to put in some high density commercial. What I would do is I'd put some offices in this block and then put the high density commercial here. And then that'll work fine. They don't complain. Just make sure you encapsulate it and it should be fine. So we are getting more and more need for residential. We are slowly using up our sections. Do we need a little bit more industry? Go on then. Let's just pop in some up here. Because we're going to need more industry, and I hate these cables and they're blocking my way at the moment, what I'm going to do is then just get rid of these, because then what I can do is fill in. I don't really want industry on this main road. Industry is very traffic heavy, and having trucks go in and out on the main road is a bad idea because it will block up traffic very quickly. So if I do something like saving those 4 spots at the front, yeah, perfect. And then what we do is we'll slowly build out the city over towards this pump, and then we won't need to put the power lines in anymore. I really don't like them, to the point that I do have, don't know if I can use them yet. Yeah, I do. I've got the underground ones, which are super cool, and they don't cost much. I might replace it with that. Does this have upkeep? Okay, so this has upkeep. These cost more, but there's no upkeep. So I will eventually replace them with them. We are making money, but I want to save as much money as I can because eventually we're going to have to put some rather expensive buildings in. Namely, you always want to make sure you've got plenty of money for a whole new power station, because if you're not paying attention to the energy consumption up here, and energy production 144, that doesn't sound quite right because this is producing 40 and I know this is over. I know what it is. There's something else on this map. There's something else on this map that produces electricity and I can't see it right now. Let's see if I can spot it. Ah, right there. Right there. That is actually, I didn't even notice that playing this game. That's beautiful. Well done to whoever made this map. Seriously, it's a really nice looking map. I'm really excited to get up and exploring in there. I bet there's some resources up there. Let's have a look. Resources, all ore. Excellent. So we're gonna have some ore production up there. Dam producing electricity for it. That's really cool. Oh, I'm really excited about this map. So everything's looking good so far. Traffic is nothing, but that's to be expected. We're only using low density. Keep an eye on the needs. Do we want? I don't really want to do a whole block of commercial, as I've already explained. Let's just pop in a little bit here. Let's use this. Remember, I didn't want it on the main road. Okay, the city's looking good. Well, it's not a city yet. It's a, what are we at? We are a Worthy Village. worthy of being a village. And our next one is 95 people, 94 people. I think if I just sped this up a little bit, we'll hit it really quick. And look at the money we're making already. Brilliant. Boom, tiny town, here we are. Okay, so let's have a look at what kind of stuff. Park areas, perfect. I've already got a park in mind. We've got industry areas now, fishing, excellent. Football, we're a bit small for football. Improved logistics. Lots and lots of stuff. Almost too much stuff to even bother looking at. But we do have high schools now. So what I like to do now is whenever you upgrade like that, I know it does go down to slow. Sometimes I like to pause it. If there's loads of needs and I know I need to put in some new schools or something, I will pause it. But as we don't need to right now, I don't think there's any point. So we've got the large, this high school is so large, I really don't like it. That's why we've got a couple of extra assets for this very reason. I do have a problem that I overuse this model, but I do really like the futuristic town ones and the futuristic primary ones. They just look really cool. So let's pop one of these and let's use this just to check the roads and the reach. I think if we put it on this main road here, I think. Yeah, perfect. We've also got public libraries. I've got an asset over here. I like this one. Ooh, that's a big range. Okay. Right in the center so we get maximum coverage. If you're not hot on making sure that all of your citizens are educated, your commercial will very, very quickly start complaining at the lack of educated citizens. They will very quickly complain at that. So you always got to be hot on it, making sure that they're not full, making sure that you've got them dispersed around your city so that everybody's getting educated. So we're starting to need some more roads for sure. We do have, let's just pause for a second, we do have an extra square. Now I'm thinking these two squares have to be bought first because we're talking about making a nice loop around here of public transport. So let's pick this one. 8,000, we've got plenty of money, so let's go for it. What bit of expansion do we want to go for next? I am thinking, we've got parks. I think I want to build the park. Do we have the trams? We don't need the trams yet. We don't even have that. That's 2,400. Thinking about expansion, we want to extend this road out this way. I'm not going to measure it exactly. I just want it roughly in there. Perfect. So to me, this looks like a shipping industry area. We could have a lot of industry here. We could have a cargo port. We could even have, because we've got the train line up here, we could have a cargo train line run straight up here, conjoin here, and then have a large industry area here, having slip roads on and off to the motorway. Then let's have a quick look at the resources, because that's a lot of oil. Oh my god. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be an oil industry area. I'm not interested in putting the farmland here because to me farmland should be on like the outskirts of the city. It should be on the outer reaches, so it shouldn't, farms aren't generally in the middle of a city. So if this is the center of the city, we'll put the farmland like way up here later on. Definitely an oil industry, definitely a dock, definitely a harbour bringing people in. Yeah, I think that'll work really well. Yeah, let's roll with that. Roundabout builder, pop in 4 lane. We don't need 4 lanes if I'm honest, because there's not going to be an insane amount of traffic down here. Do we want to go for 3 lanes? Let's do 3 lanes. Make that much smaller. Ooh, thinking about it, we're going to want a tram turnaround here as well. Let me just have a think for a second. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put the roundabout in just yet, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a road roundabout in the middle here with, you know, various different roads branching off of it like that, and that. Oops. Yeah, so having the various roads come off of it. Then inside of the road roundabout, I'm going to have a tram roundabout and then have this as built-in tram lines. And then we can have it come down, turn around, come back up, down here, turn around, come back up. And then we could also have one do the same over here, down, round, back up. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Let's roll with that for the moment. With that in mind, I'm not going to build the roundabout just yet. I'm going to expand the city until we have the transport option to be able to put that in. So for the meanwhile, let's just do a little bit of this. See, now we're making quite a bit of money. I don't have to worry so much about not doing too much infrastructure. Does that fit perfectly? It fits no, we're going to cut off a square. Look on the right there, we're going to cut off a square. I thought for a second we just accidentally made perfectly fitting roads. That would be amazing, but I didn't bother to properly measure this because I can't be bothered with that. Dual turn it. Making sure none of these squares are too large so that they can easily turn round and get around the city with ease is the plan. So you can see what I've done there. The largest square probably being this one. That one's okay. You could put a little one in it. In fact, yeah, let's just put a little one in there. That just gives the maximum mobility around the city, giving lots of room on this main road so that I can come up off of it up this way. Not forgetting that we are eventually going to want to put a slip road in here. So that'll either be in or out. I'm thinking if we're going to be putting a lot of industry on this right section here, I think what we'll do is we'll put it an outgoing slip road, so they can't come in at this point, but they can come out at this point. And what that means is you're forcing any industry traffic that's coming from outside of the city in, will come through in this way, along this road, do whatever they need to, and then when they're leaving, they come out and leave in this section. So it's almost like a one-way system. And what that means is it frees up a ton of traffic over here. You could do a fully fledged junction again, but what I'm thinking is looking at this, we do have this little peninsula here, if it's a peninsula, a little jut out here, whatever you want to call it. What I'm thinking is having a miniature junction in and out over here and have a road coming down here, and then we can have a bridge coming across here. So the slip road out is here, but then you've got an in here, in and out here, and in and out here, and then just an out. And having multiple slip roads like that all along your highway or your motorway, whatever you want to call it, means these junctions here, your main junctions, don't get full up. Right now, if I left this is going to get utterly rammed when we get a lot of industry put in. So we've done a reasonable amount of expansion. I don't think we need any more. Let's resume the simulation. We need a little bit of residential. In fact, I'd like some residential on the front here, I think. Let's fill it in for the moment, but I'm going to destroy some of this later on to put in the park. In fact, we could start looking at the park. No, we won't start looking at the park until we've got transport, because I want to put in a tram turning circle and then put in the park. Okay, looks like we need a bit of commercial. Looks like we need some energy. Very quickly pause. Let's go check the energy consumption. What? Oh, of course, we've got the dam up there being counted towards the energy production. Now, we're currently using 51 megawatts, and these output 40. So that would make a lot of sense why we've run out. So this is why we always keep a large amount of bank so that we can very easily just drop in another power station without any effort. Let's just pop it there for the moment. They're complaining they need workers. That's because it's so far away from the residential area. If we start building out the residential area over here, and once we get the public transport in, they should shut up. I don't think they'll complain after that. Let's just check when our next marker is. We're on Tiny Town. Next marker is Boom Town, then Busy Town. Let's dot in a little more commercial around the place. We're going to want to put in some more people around that. Going to put in a few more dedicated turning lanes because we put in some more roads along here. And you'll notice now, as promised, because I've turned off the traffic light setting, automatic traffic light setting, all new main road junctions, no traffic lights, which is what I like to see. Okay, so they're desperate for people. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. So let's chuck in a load more people. I think we're also going to chuck in some people up here because I'd like some more residents closer to the industry. Otherwise they'll complain. We'll keep it on fast because I'm trying to fast track to the next milestone, which will happen any second now, I would imagine. Boom, there it is. Pun intended. Okay, so we've got an extra square. The city's looking really good, but we do have junctions now, so we can go and remake that ugly ass junction that I put in at the beginning. Excellent. So we're so much unlocked this time. Lots of health stuff. We've got ferry stops and we've got transport. Excellent. So let's pause the game here. We've got this city's looking really nice. Oh, sorry, town. This town is looking very nice. We've got the transport coming in. We can put in our trams that we were talking about. We can go and replace this absolute monstrosity over here with something nice and neat. Honestly, this is looking really, really good. I'm really happy with this so far. We've got a good basis of what we're gonna, good structure and underlying structure. Something that we're not going to have to completely destroy later on in the game. We can absolutely build on top of this. We can improve these roads. We can put in some trams. We can put in a nice park over here. We've got we've already set out space for our industry over here. We've already planned how that we're going to manage the traffic for the industry. Yeah, this is looking really, really good if I say so myself. Well, I'm going to call it because this video has been going on for long enough. Join me next time on the next episode where we're going to put in the park, probably going to put in some trams and see where it, and definitely, oh, don't forget, oil! So much oil. We will definitely be exploiting oil. Hopefully I won't get invaded by America for that. Okay, cool. Right, let's call it a day there, guys, and I'll catch you later. Bye.